Hi everyone. I'm fixing to make a couple of mugs, and they're very simple mugs because I'm going to make the glaze, the star. So I'm making the form very simple, and I thought you might want to watch while I make one of them. I'm starting with the correct size slab, the correct size base, the bottom of the cup, and a handle. So let's get started. First, I'm going to use my magic little bevel tool, and I'm going to bevel the sides. The flip is the most important thing. If you don't do this flip, your bevel is not going to fit. If you don't do the flip, the bevel won't fit. I'm going to use a saw-edged rib to score the bevels on my mug. I have let this slab sit. It's actually not very bendy because I have found that when you're slab building, that's actually a help to you to get a more refined form instead of it being kind of wiggly wobbly because it's too wet when you put it together. So my next job is to put some slip on the scored bevels. Slip is just clay with water in. And all of this acts like glue and helps to seal. I've got some wetter stuff over here. And helps to seal the seam. And then I'm going to turn it this way because it's just easier. I put the two bevels together and I talk them into being very good friends with one another. In fact, they're such good friends that they have just become engaged, and the wedding happened fast, and it is a forever wedding. I have sealed that from the outside. And now I'm going to seal it from the inside. My favorite tool for that is a wooden knife with a nice finger-shaped end on it. A little bit damp. And pull that edge together inside there, supporting it with my other hand the whole time. We're done there. Use the edge of my wooden knife to put that together. And we're done. Now I haven't completely hidden that seam. I'm not real big on that. To me, I'd rather you be able to see the seam and know that my hands made this. It wasn't a machine. It wasn't a plaster cast. It was my hands on the mug. Now I'm rounding it. I think my rounder tool is still in the car, so I'm going to have to round it myself. All right, much better. Round the bottom a little bit. Double check the size, perfect. All right, now before I start anything with this base, I want to make sure that I get my stamp on it, because if you put it on after this, it gets harder to do. Flip that score the edge. Can you guess what I'm gonna do next? I'm gonna slip it. Slip it, slip it, slip it. Slip it, slip it. There we go. I'm gonna flip this. Flip it, flip it, flip it. Here we go. Do I talk to myself all the time like this, or am I doing it just for your benefit? No, this happens all the time. The stuff that's in my brain comes out. Sometimes it comes out in song. All right. Now I'm gonna make sure that it's all correctly on top of here. Once I know it is, I press down and I pick up and drop. Pick up and drop. Good. It's good. Nice. Very good. After that, I use the same brush and I go on the inside, go around that seam to make sure that it's completely sealed. That needs a little adjustment. I can use that brush to do that little adjustment, make sure that it's round and meeting up and pretty. I'm going to do the same thing with this. I'm going to take it round, make sure that it's straight up and down and not curved in or curved out, because that's what I really want for this mug. All right. Redo the bottom. Okay, let's make this lip. To make the lip, I wet my fingers and I put them in a pinch and I just push them around the edge to make those hard edges go away, so that you will enjoy drinking out of this mug. It'll feel nice when you put it up to your mouth. It'll feel organic and smooth. All right, once that's done, I'm going to round it again. I have to go get my rounder because it makes a better one. All right. Now we're just waiting for the handle. That's it. That's all we have to do. Actually, what I'm gonna do one thing. You know, my son was talking to me the other day about his mugs and how he really enjoyed having just a little bit of a flare on the rims of his mugs. It made it so much easier to drink out of, so much more pleasant. So let's add that. I'm supporting it with my forefinger of my left hand and then just flaring it out with the middle finger of my right hand. Just pushing against the left hand forefinger with my middle finger. There we go. And that's lovely. It's not enough to distort the shape of the cup, which I don't want. I want the cup to be nice and straight. Okay, I want to run a soft rib over the outside of this mug and just make it very tidy. Always supporting it on the inside, or on the opposite side, I should say. In this case, it is the inside. Clean up that seam just a little bit more. As long as I'm going around here. Okay. we are back to the beginning over here. We have a nice mug. It's just a matter of putting the handle on. I have several options for how I'm going to put the handle on, but I think I want that option right there. Okay, and in order to do that, I need a knife going across right there and going across right there. I'm just widening that end a little bit, making sure it's well compressed. All right, and now I am shaping it just a little bit because that's flat, but that's curved. So alrighty, use my scoring rib again. Score, score. And I'm going to use a little trick that I learned. I'm going to go ahead and slip this first. Then I'm going to place it on the mug the way I know I want it to be. And that will tell me where to score on the mug. Okay. Now I've got these little wet marks here where I can score and slip, and I know that my handle is going to fit just like that. Smooth my handle just a little bit. And then I'm supporting it from the inside and pushing and rocking from the outside until it has fallen in love and married. It's a love story. All right, same thing for the bottom. Before us, make sure that's, I've got a little, so I need to fix that. You always want to look down on your handle to make sure that it's straight off the cup. All right. I'm cleaning up the seam with my brush that's slightly damp with a little bit of slip on it. The slip's not the important thing here. I'm going to refine the handle just a little bit, and I'm going to get the curve that I want here. It's a little uneven and I don't like that. So there. Okay, now we can see that. And she's practically done. So use my thumb, tidy up that base a little bit, make it blend in a little more. Right, now I'm going to make sure it's round again, because once you put that handle on, sometimes it can distort. Okay. Oh yeah. Ta-da! That's how easy it is to make a mug. Hey again, friends. Listen, I just wanted to let you know that if you are interested in getting into pottery, you always had this little hope that you could try pottery one day. If you live in my area is near Austin in the Marble Falls, Kingsland, Llano, Burnett area. I do teach classes here. We have classes in Buchanan Art Gallery in Buchanan Dam, Texas, right off 29. So I'd love to see you. You can find out about those classes and register for them on buchananartgallery.org/clayclub, or you can go to my website, estherljones.com, and check them out from there. We're starting a 3rd class soon, and we will be able to accommodate you no matter whether you need a morning class, an late afternoon class, or an evening class. So check those out. You can follow me at estherljones.com, at Instagram, on Facebook, etc. So have a great day. Bye.